Helldivers 2 is a game that stormed the gaming market by a landslide. It grew so popular that everybody and their grandma was playing. However, it died faster than my will to live. But I won't give up on Super Earth. I will keep fighting and spread managed democracy by getting every achievement in Helldivers 2, with there being a total of 38 to get. Will I get 100% completion, or will the many bugs, and I'm not talking about Terminids, drive me insane? My first order of business was to join the Helldivers, an elite military that focuses on spreading managed democracy and killing lots of bugs. And instead of the mandatory 18 weeks of training, I got a quick 15-minute tutorial where I learned the power of diving on the second attempt, as well as killing defenseless bugs that we enslaved and farmed. And when they fought back, I obliterate them with an orbital strike. But remember, feeling sorry for this alien scum is against Helldivers rules. So I pushed forward, and upon completing the tutorial, I get the real deal, naming my ship. I settled upon the title of Founding Father of Family Values, to be known and feared across the galaxy to all Terminids and automaton scum. When selecting a mission, you can choose between 9 difficulties. The higher the difficulty, the more samples you get, which is amazing. However, the trade-off is that it gets harder, which should be obvious. But on my first mission, I started at the bottom, level 1. When defending the extraction zone, I get picked up by the Pelican. Clever wordplay. This completes the first bug mission, and stomping them out for an achievement, and now I only have to do that 99 more times. A couple of missions later, I unlocked some cool stratagems. My best one at the time was the Eagle 110 rocket pods. The task was to eliminate an illegal broadcast done by the bugs. Now I don't mean to sound like a traitor, but how does a bug develop the necessary brain power to create a broadcast with our tech? It doesn't matter. Unplugging the tower's power supply finishes the mission, and I make my way to Extraction, where the stupid Terminids are waiting to be squashed under the heel of democracy. Extraction comes in, and I get an achievement for playing a planet defense mission. I then decide to get a taste of the automatons, the other faction in the game. These relentless Terminators stay on your ass for the entire mission. However, I was not alone. Some random people joined my team, and as a squad, we delivered democracy and we were able to extract. I got a good amount of samples, but more importantly, I got 2 achievements for playing a mission at night and for fighting the Terminators. My name must be John Connors or something. I then get higher level difficulties, which in turn gets me more samples, which gets me cooler stratagems and weapons. And eventually, I encountered my first Hulk. And I ain't talking about the Green Smasher. I'm talking about the most determined, flamethrower-wielding machine known to man. Hulks have impenetrable armor, so only certain weapons do damage. The most reliable is stratagems, and when frying this guy with ultraviolet laser from space, kills him, and that heap of metal scrap blows up, and I get the achievement for releasing my biggest weapon, which is freedom. Running towards the enemy's Fortress of Solitude, I somehow get an achievement for being launched 25 meters from the shockwave of an explosion, which must have happened to one of my teammates, and I somehow got the achievement. I'm down for free rewards. After collecting enough medals, which are essentially V-Bucks but in an actually good game, I get free cosmetics, weapons, and enhancements in the War Bonds menu, which are free battle passes. The first one you get right off the bat, and with super credits you can unlock more, but I grabbed some items, one being a new cape, and changing my Helldivers cape in the customizing menu for the first time would get me to be a strapping young lad. Next up, I decided to have a barbecue, so I invited my squad mates to a mission where we fried 150 bugs, and I got me some nice crispy cricket meat, which was a job well done. I then accidentally roasted myself, which was unfortunate. My next duty as a Helldiver was to rescue high priority citizens, but running away from the battle, I somehow killed a bug from over 1,000 meters, while getting a medal from a case. When returning to my team, I healed up a wounded soldier with my steroids to get him back into the fight. This gave me the achievement Democracy Ain't Done With You Yet. Visiting Hoth, my squad finished the mission that we were assigned, and my plan to get 2 achievements was to wait until the very last nanosecond to jump into the extraction, and my plan was nearly ruined by me getting blasted in the face. I then dabbled in the defense missions, where the only objective was to destroy. I then got another extraction achievement by not actually extracting. The worst Terminid was by far the Stalkers, because they have camouflage, they're faster than you, and worst of all, their design. That's why I did this world a favor and eradicated their hive, and these stalkers became illegal predators. In the Terminator mission, I get a tactical achievement for completing 10 tactical objectives. Right after, my stratagem killed 25 enemies, and then they got their revenge and killed my teammates and me. In a different destruction mission, I throw back a live grenade and upon returning to the battlefield. And then I get the average Helldiver automaton eradicate mission, where I run around like a headless chicken with a laser gun.
At a time of despair, I got to extraction, and reinforcing my team and grabbing the lost samples, I got landed on and launched into the stratosphere, losing my 3 samples. But more importantly, I fractured all 25 of my ribs, broke both arms, broke my legs, fractured my skull, and last but not least, broke all 206 of my bone. But at least I got an achievement for democracy. I then joined my friend to play some games, and during our missions, I got many achievements with his help. My first one was to crush a charger with a resupply pod. Chargers are terminids that run at Mach speed just to run you over, no exceptions. They chase you from like halfway across the map. Then I shot a warrior buck at point blank range with my shotgun, blowing his guts all over his brothers, and then I killed them. The greatest highlight, however, was indeed when I unlocked and used the Omega 500 kilogram Eagle Bomb, and I threw it at the perfect angle to lodge the bomb inside a Bile Titan. The Biles are like Hulks, but they're terminids. It shoots a vomit laser that melts your health bar, and if you get too close, they just step on you and you die. No questions asked. And finally, during our fun battle, I killed over 5,000 terminids and automatons combined. This would lend me a total of 4 achievements. In the battle for democracy, my teammates and I independent danced to 50 completed missions, making me a patriot. In a different mission, I was after those samples like an alcoholic was after booze. I collected 15 rare samples in total in one mission, and as the saying goes, samples are a diver's best friend. Fire is also a cool part of this game, and there's also a flamethrower available, and during a terminid level, with my friend, I killed over 100 enemies with fire damage in one mission. The next sample related achievement was to collect 15 common samples. In my opinion, rare samples are more common than common samples. Extracting with my 15 weaker samples, I get the achievement Science is Done by Quantity. Unlocking a mag gun, I was able to shoot my full load of 150 bullets all over these terminids, and I was able to get at least 10 kills. Important note, the kills don't have to come from the mag gun. You can just use the guard dog to get the kills, which is what I ended up doing. It worked and I got my achievement. In a quick defense mission, I figured out how to get the British achievement Hold My Liberty. You need a jump pack and anything explosive. Then jump and use the explosion to send you into a drunken state to get these achievements. Now, the most important thing is that 3 achievements are tough. However, you can do them all at once. These achievements make grown men cry in anger, and I was no exception. These achievements are gone in 360 seconds, and all you need to do is complete an extreme difficulty blitz mission and extract in under 6 minutes. It combos into the Helldivers achievement for completing an extreme difficulty mission without anyone dying, which was fine as I just played by myself. The third achievement, Hold My Primary, adds to the combo for finishing a hard mission or higher without anyone using their primary or support weapon, so the 500 kilogram bomb was very helpful. Eventually I got a god run where I did all 3 of these objectives and got the achievements for them, and then I realized I wasn't recording my 2+ hour recording session, and very choice words were said. Ship modules are a way to upgrade stratagems. They can lower the call-in time, it can increase the number of uses before rearming them, and it can make support weapons come with a full stock of ammo. There are 6 total modules with 4 upgrades for each, and getting 1 upgrade for each module gives me a bad altitude towards the ship's achievement. I then invited another friend to use as a helper to get some co-op achievements. The first one was to provide assisted reload, so he shot the RPG and I gave him the 50-foot missile as ammo. That was a real promote synergy if you ask me. He then had to go, so I loaded up into randoms and I was hunting for hulks to shoot off its arms and extract while it was alive. I found one stuck on a rock, so I traded my dignity as an achievement hunter for a disabled hulk, so I'll call it a draw. Before getting into the big grind, I got both of my friends in one game so I could use them to my advantage. The achievement I was going for needed me to have 6 orbital barrages in one location, so with a synchronized countdown, we all threw everything we had in one direction, and the destruction that followed was intense, but it was the only way to be sure. Now it was time for the big grind. I had to collect enough super samples, which are also known as uranium-235, to be able to upgrade 1 ship module to the limit. So after many games queued with random strangers and friends, I was able to get enough super samples, then realized I didn't have enough common samples. I was all good on rare samples, so an hour later I was ready to get the achievement for being fully operational. The last thing to do now is to win, not complete, a 100 total mission. This was filled with many hours of
misery, as strangers were unreliable and untrustworthy. But getting into my groove, I smashed mission after mission, and out of nowhere, I got the achievement, and I was relieved. Helldivers 2 is the best multiplayer game that has been released this year, but that grind was utter misery. But now I got 100% completion for democracy. Thanks for watching, and very soon I'll get all the achievements in Dark Souls 2 for 500 subscribers. But now I recommend that you watch this video where I got every achievement in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.